Hey everyone, welcome back to Go Kick Me, your favorite crowdfunding news and reviews channel here on YouTube. So today we have the Nireeka, the most affordable smart e-bike. Lightweight carbon fiber frame with smart features, powerful electric motor, and affordable! Exclamation point. So this is a supposedly LA-based Indiegogo project, and they are totally killing it money-wise. 950 backers, give or take. 2,000+% of their original goal. So it turns out actually these guys have extended a couple times. I think they did a 30-day campaign and then they made it 45 days and now it's 60 days. So you still have about 2 weeks to go, maybe a little bit less by the time you see this. So first of all, I always take an issue when people say most anything, most affordable, most whatever, most smallest, lightest, whatever. Apparently, they mean in this case the most affordable carbon fiber framed smart e-bike. So not just the most affordable, but because it clearly isn't. But anyway, so this is like a monocoque carbon fiber frame, front suspension, rear suspension, built-in lights, etc., etc. Looks kind of cool. Prices aren't too insane. They have a bunch of different models, and it's a little bit confusing as to what exactly the difference is. Some are 500 watts, some are 350 watts, some are 250 watt motors, some have different gears and different battery sizes, of course. And you can also upgrade to a sort of extra beefy motor. And yeah, so it looks pretty cool. I'll skip through the video. I'll skip the video for now. I'll go back later. The question is, okay, do you need this? Is it better than what's on the market? And how likely is it to happen? So one of my criticisms of this thing is that it's actually kind of all over the map. It's not just a bike. It's not just an e-bike. It's not just a lightweight carbon fiber bike. But it's a smart one, meaning it's got a built-in app. And it's got... Obviously, you want some kind of assistance, right, from the motor. That's the whole point. But it also does some kind of blind spot radar, GPS navigation, anti-theft system, supposedly, and of course it's got the lights built in. So, all this, and it weighs only 35 pounds. So, every time you're adding a feature like this, it just adds, however many, 1,000 man-hours to the development of this project. How many people have to spend, the next 6 weeks just getting, or 8 weeks, or 6 months, getting the blind spot radar to work? Much less forget about the cost of the actual sensors in there. That's obviously a concern, especially a concern for them. But just the number of man hours required to get this thing to work right. Could I live without blind spot radar? Probably I could. Can I live without GPS navigator? The phone's there already. Okay, maybe that's kind of better to build in, sort of, maybe. Some kind of GPS system, I guess, at least track my calories or my kilometers or whatever. But yeah, so I think it could just be a little bit simpler. And the other thing that needs to be simpler is which one is which, right? So do I want a homie? Do I want a street? Do I want a street plus? How big of a difference is extra 100 watts on the motor? Do I want to pay an extra $100 just for that and a slightly larger battery? Maybe not. You can also go the nature. Go au natural. This is the bike without the electronics in it. So, I guess it still has the lights, but no batteries. I don't know where. There must be some battery for that. Anyway, so there's that. There's an EU version. I don't know which one to buy. It's got all this app stuff. I guess you can control the apps from the light. You control the lights from the app. I guess. Okay. Charge your phone while you're at it. Might as well. Do you really want a soft tail on your bike? Maybe, maybe not. I personally don't like them because they're too bouncy, but then again, I'm pedaling. If I was on a e-bike and I didn't really need to pedal, I might actually appreciate the bounciness of it. Otherwise, a lot of standard stuff. So the question is, okay, first one question. How does the GPS tracker work if your phone is not attached to it? Or does the anti-theft system, I guess you can activate, deactivate it, but when you actually get the GPS tracking, unless there's some cellular card in there, or it's only when you find your phone, you find your bike, and then your phone can download where it's been. Does that really help you? This one's kind of one of those things I wish they was a little bit more clear, or cut it out otherwise. This to me is one of the cool features. Is it can basically track your heartbeat through like an Apple Watch, and then the app can then use that to adjust the level of assistance it's giving you. That's actually pretty cool. Although I think there might be some delay in that. By the time the thing is helping you, your heartbeat's dropped, and then by the time the sensor picks it up, maybe you're going up a next hill and it's going to be off. So there's going to be some delay there. But if you're going up like long slopes, probably pretty good. Anyway, so like I said, confusing. Some of the cheaper options are long gone. Apparently sold out. But $9.99 is not insane, I suppose. Or $8.69. Is that one still available? I thought it was $8.99. Anyhow, overall, let me give some other impressions. Very good on answering the comments. Good on the updates. They seem to be doing a lot of this forum interaction. Lots of people have joined. Some people not buying the bike, or maybe these are people who bought it and then they upgraded. Not sure. But anyhow, so one question comes up is like, where does this fit in the market, right? So what else is available? And I should note that although I didn't go through all of them, there are quite a number of other Kickstarters that are very similar from years past. So this one I think is from 2016. Here it is. This was basically a really simple bike. It's basically just a mountain bike, carbon fiber mountain bike, not even standard bike with black paint and battery mounting on there, so you can actually just sort of convert it between a regular bike and a e-bike. They raised slightly more than their $70,000, I think. So this one apparently has actually happened. It's a real company. There's a bunch of other ones. Where did I find them? There's a bunch of these other ones on the market already. Things like these guys and these guys and these guys. So, where does it fit in price-wise? Apparently, the Nireeka is pretty good price-wise. Like, it's a lot cheaper. These are all in the multi-$1,000 range. So Nireeka, not so bad. This is I think that's the same one, or similar to the EC1. There's a lot of these actually pretty ugly pieces of junk. One thing I should note on this case, this is ebikingnow.com. They actually basically say carbon fiber is kind of a scam for e-bikes, because the difference in weight between a aluminum frame versus an carbon fiber frame is only going to be like 1 or 2 kilograms. So you're talking like a 30 something pound frame. You're only going to save 2-3 pounds, but the cost goes up by like a couple $1,000. So, and you're getting assistance anyway, so you probably didn't really need to worry about that extra kilogram or 2. So anyway, they're basically saying like the added strength of the carbon fiber and the lighter weight doesn't really make up for the difference in price. So, take that for what it's worth. You can check out ebikingnow.com for that. Here's the EC1. Actually made it to market apparently, and it's got some things are actually better. Like it's got the display built in. You don't have to use your phone every time. And in this case, though, it is more expensive. So you could have bought it 2 years ago, though. So I'm sure you can buy. Is that Canadian dollars? That might be Canadian dollars. So maybe not that bad. There's this guy. There's where are they? This guy also, Pioneer Carbon. Wow, that's expensive. Okay, Nireeka's kicking their butt there. But there's other options as well. And so this one, this Opto bike, which is I guess these Pioneer guys, they have a whole series of videos on this. If you ever really wanted to know, I guess if you're paying $6,000, you would really want to research it well. But they go into all the factors on like what kind of usage case are you going to do? How far do you need to go? Yada, yada, yada. So you can check that out. Just because I love doing this, I decided to search on Taobao for Dianli Zixing Che, which means electric bike. And it turns out, of course, because in China e-bikes are huge, you've got all kinds of stuff from the folding full suspension type for what is that? That's like 300, 400 bucks, not even 400 bucks. You've got all kinds of really ugly shit. I don't know what that is. But you've got, this one looks just like the EC1 almost. And, you can see, like, this one is relatively pricey. This is like 5,000 renminbi is maybe like 800 something US dollars if I convert it from yen to dollars. That's about $800. So in the same ballpark, but you could get this thing today, right? And I'm sure features-wise, it's not as pretty. This one I don't think is even claiming to be carbon fiber, but you could get it today. That's the key thing. It's not 6 months from now or whatever. And it's pretty simple. So, a lot of these things on the market, especially if you live in countries where biking is bigger, you can get all kinds of stuff. So why even have it look like a mountain bike? Just get a little scooter thing. And some of these are really, and you do see them all over the place in China. They actually have banned them in some places in China because they're dangerous, because people zooming around with no motor sound, and then parking in bike places. But literally, like, this is less than $200. And yeah, these things won't last forever. I wouldn't want to ride it down any mountains, but it's a real product. You can get things that even looks like scooters, and this thing is literally like $100. So that just tells you where the market is in reality, or at least in China. This one's got a remote control too. What do you know? So anyway, I won't give Nireeka a thumbs down. I will give it I think I'll say a neutral. I would be very careful about them, A, being late, and B, not really being able to deliver on all those extra add-on things that I think are superfluous. So, not the end of the world if the radar thing doesn't really work. The other thing is, are they going to be around? I think they actually say in some of the fact, like, all these parts, the gears and stuff are all, pedals and stuff are all OEM stuff off the shelf. So, you can replace those as you need to. You'll probably replace the front forks and the brakes and all that too. Seat, I hope. Handlebar, I guess so, as long as you can still get the throttle thing going. So, yeah, I'll say buyer beware. It is a lot cheaper than what you'll see from these fancy pants ones. But then again, these are on the market. You could pick it up today. They have some track record. And maybe Nireeka does not. So, caveat emptor. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out our other videos here on Go Kick Me, and see you next time.